Hi guys. All right, so this is the career and finance bonus for all signs. If you're looking to get a private reading with me, I do link my email in the description box. With that being said, guys, I think people got a little confused last time. I do 1 month in advance. So like last month it was for November. This month will be for December. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of clear that up because it seemed like people were looking for a November career and finance for November, but that's not how I do it. All right, so like I said, I'm going to put it into 3 categories. Those of you looking for work, those of you that are working for somebody, and then those of you that are working for self, okay? For Aries, career and finance for December, for those looking for work. Did you hear that? All right, it looks like you get pretty excited about something that you think you're going to get this, or you really want this job. Unfortunately, it does look like it falls through. And at some point you will have a decision to make between 2 different scenarios. So ultimately, again, not getting the one you want. Okay, so December looks a little iffy for you. Unfortunately, doesn't look like you end up getting anything that you're hopeful for. Okay, and I don't see you really getting anything at this time. For the Aries that are working for someone else, career and finance, what does that look like for the month of December? Ooh, Aries, looking good. It looks good. It looks good. A few of you are gonna like look at something else, like so everything looks fine if you're working for somebody else. It doesn't look like better. I'm not saying you're gonna be making more money. I'm not saying you're moving up in a company, but some of you could be like entertaining something outside of this, and that falls through. So just keep that in mind. Career and finance for those working for someone else. It does look like emotional stability, or stability in general, is going to be more the focus for December. I don't see any changes in your finances. I don't see anything you need to worry about. Everything looks good, looks pretty stable for you, so that's positive. For the Aries that work for themselves, what does that look like? Aries, ooh, it started feeling like unwell, so hopefully you guys don't get sick in December. For the Aries that work for themselves in December, what does that look like? Oh, wow. Okay, something's going to be changing for sure. Else you're going to be getting rid of like a business partner, an employee, a client, and then really flourishing after that. Somehow this person's holding you back, energetically and or otherwise. And once they are released, that's where you're going to see the most abundance. December looks fantastic for the Aries that work for themselves. Like really fantastic, okay? The person you need to get rid of could have air placements. Yeah, air placements. Okay. Okay, for the Taurus that are looking for work in December, what does that look like? For the Taurus that are looking for work in December. Oh, you're gonna find something. It's very unexpected. It's gonna happen like that. It could be a manifestation and or prayer you have, but you don't anticipate how good it's going to be or how quickly it comes in. You definitely have a good situation coming in. Definitely. For the Taurus that work for somebody else for December, career and finance, what does that look like? For the Taurus that work for somebody else. Some of you really want to leave and go find something you're more passionate about. or leave to go work for yourself. I don't see that happening in December, but again, it could be something that you're working towards. All in all, I don't see any changes. I don't see, I mean, you could get like a bonus, but I don't see anything like large. I don't see any like promotions or changes to your lifestyle. Minus, again, could be getting a bonus. That's about it, okay? For the Taurus that work for themselves for December, career and finance, what does that look like? For the Taurus that work for themselves. So a family issue and or an emotional issue could cause you some, could like take your energy away from, you know, your focus at work. Just be aware of that. It could, you know, that happens, right? That happens. Yeah, you're going to go through something. Whatever this issue is, it does get healed, but it does affect your work for a little bit, for a short period of time. It just takes your focus away, basically, okay? And you have to get your stability back on track. That's saying don't be wasteful with money in December. Moving on to Gemini. For the Geminis that are looking for work in December, what does that look like? For the Geminis that are looking for work in December. Oh, you are going to flourish somewhere. Something you're very excited about, something you're very passionate about. Now, some of you may have to move, or it's a long travel, like a long commute. Sorry, not travel, but it's going to bring significant changes to you. Just be careful, because somebody in your energy could be getting sick, like really, really sick, and that could take your focus away. But for the most part, I do see you getting something. For the Geminis that work for somebody else, what does that look like in December for career and finance? For the Geminis that work for somebody else. Could be moving up in a company, or at least being praised for something that you do, being seen as more like pretty dependable. And some new opportunities could present themselves. So whether that's for another job or whether that's to move up in your company, everything looks pretty good. I don't see your finances improving, but overall, it looks like a good situation for you. For the Geminis that work for themselves, for December, what does that look like? So if you have a client, employee, anything like that, they could be leaving. This is going to leave you a little bit upside down. You will be able to fix it. Whether that's from finding somebody new or whether that's just taking over yourself, you will be able to fix it. And you will see an improvement in your finances in December. But like I said, somebody's leaving. And that will cause you temporary issues. For Cancer, sorry, for the Cancers that are looking for work in December, what does that look like? For the Cancers that are looking for work in December, what does that look like? Looks like somebody will tell you about something, maybe more than one thing, and you'll actually have a choice. It's not going to be one specific job or job title. It's going to be the potential for, like, you know, this one makes more money, this one you're better at, this one you could move up quicker, something like that. And I do see you finding something and finding stability. It looks like you picked the one that is more emotionally fulfilling. For the Cancers that work for somebody else in December, what does that look like? Could be getting a pay raise or a bonus. You could be also offered a promotion of some sort, but it looks like you'd rather go do something else. So that's something you're going to kind of have to decide on. You're not entirely sure you want to go through with that. It's going to be past December before you make any decisions on that, okay? For the Cancers that work for themselves, what does that look like for the month of December? Oof. Be careful. Be careful you don't let your personal life interfere with your work, because that's very possible. Also, lending somebody money wouldn't work out. It does look like you may have to work a little harder in that month, and you will see success working harder. You will. Your personal life's going to be a little upside down, but financially, minus you having to actually work harder and it being more difficult when your mind is somewhere else, I do see an improvement in your finances. Okay, moving on to Leo. The Leos that are looking for work in December, what does that look like? Somebody may offer you you have more than one option, but somebody could actually want to go into business with you, but it looks like you turn them down for whatever reason. You don't feel like it's stable enough. I actually don't see you taking a position. I still see you contemplating a position come December, but not actually going through with anything, okay? For the Leos that work for somebody, what does that look like in December? I have a very, very, very specific story for a Leo out there. A masculine, again, you could be a woman who's kind of masculine. A masculine is going to lose their dog. You know, they get loose, something like that. Whoever has your dog will obviously be returning the dog, or you'll find out and go confront them. And again, they're not a mean person. They're not stealing your dog, okay? This is just like, hey, I'm holding your dog for you kind of thing. You will end up in a very good friendship with this person over time, okay? I don't know why I'm getting that, but okay. Okay, for those of you that are working for someone else, you want to get the hell out of there, or somebody wants you out of there. Okay, this isn't looking that great, to be honest with you. You want to see change. You want to see more abundance. And this is some sort of instability for you. You could be over-promised things in December, and you're like, this is ridiculous. This has been going on for months, and I'm not seeing any changes. So again, you might be keeping your options open. You'll find something if so. For the Leos that work for themselves, what does that look like? Oh, watch out for somebody trying to steal some funds or not pay you for something. There is definitely a issue here in December. But you will have new opportunities pop up. So whether that's new clients or new financial situations, something new will pop up. Just be careful of somebody trying to screw you over. It has to do with your finances. So hopefully they're not stealing from you. It's going to take you a while before you get back on your feet and get stable in the month of December. For Virgo. Whoa, no, guys. No. Oh, no, no. Is that everything? I hope so. Oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm a disaster today. For the Virgos that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? looking for work in December for Virgo. Somebody could be checking you out, checking out your resume, whatever the case. They might even have already started, and you will be hearing back from somebody. The money is going to be better than anticipated, and this is going to cause huge changes for you, huge positive changes for you. For the Virgos that work for somebody in the month of December, what does that look like? I'm seeing something iridescent. Could get a promotion and or pay raise. You could. And I also see people talking very highly of you. Really feeling like you're a benefit to the company. Honestly, it looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. You don't have to worry in December. For the Virgos that are working for themselves in the month of December, what does that look like? Be careful. Be careful with overspending, needing to pay people to, like, you know, somebody wants a pay raise or they're going to leave. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't look that great. I'm going to be honest with you. Looks like you're going to go through a lot of turmoil in the month of December. Just ups and downs where nothing's going to be really consistent. You're definitely going to feel some aggravation there. You're going to feel like all the weight of the world is on you when it comes to your company. And ultimately, in divine timing, it will work itself out with the Ten of Cups. Moving on to Libra. For the Libras that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? Sorry, guys. I'm feeling a little under the weather for some reason. For the Libras. Okay. All right. You'll have options. You'll have options. Some of you really want to put... Some of you would rather go work for yourselves, but you know you have to get some sort of income before that's possible. It could bring you down in the month of December. But I do see something happening, but it's a very temporary situation. It's not like a long-term commitment or career choice, okay? For the Libras that work for someone else, what does that look like? New opportunities will be presenting themselves. Some of you might be finding something new. You would have somebody in the workplace that would hate to see you go, but they would understand if you found something better. For some of you, you might have to move and or travel a long distance for something new. And I see you working really, really hard to get things going. Again, whether it's staying within this company and or a new company, but really, really focused on whatever it is your career goals are. Unfortunately, they will take longer than you anticipate, but it's still going to happen. For the for the Libras that work for themselves, what does that look like? I don't see a huge change in your finances. It looks like you're just going really steady. Things look okay. Looks like you could have some assistance and or help. It says here in time with assistance and or help, you will be making more money. Now, whether that's hiring a marketing crew or hiring a assistant, business partner or whatever, it won't be in December, but I do see things kind of flourishing as time goes on. So I think you don't have anything to worry about as of now. Moving on to Scorpio. For the Scorpios that are looking for work, what does that look like in the month of December? For the Scorpios looking for work. Celebration over finding something. You will not like your boss, but this manifestation will turn into something really big for you over time. You may even take the boss's place over time, so that's not an issue. So whoever you don't get along with, it's a minor issue. You're gonna really flourish with whatever you're doing. For the Scorpios that work for somebody, what does that look like in the month of December? Some of you might be considering moving on, even if it's just like out of aggravation, and maybe you don't actually do it, but I see you just getting really fed up. You are going to be offered a new opportunity in time. You'll have to make that decision when it comes as to whether or not you're going to leave. Most of you would, to be honest with you, but it's also saying to watch out for some sort of financial issue that pops up, overspending, a bill that's too high, something going wrong in your house, and you're like, oh shoot, now I'm upside down, you know, so just keep that in mind. Some of you could be a divorce. For the Scorpios that work for themselves, what does that look like? You're overthinking this, Scorpio. You're overthinking this. You're going to be just fine. You might be like, you know, panicked about finances, panicked about how your company is going to do, but it looks really positive. I don't see like an abundance of money coming your way in December or anything like that, but everything looks pretty steady. And even just whatever it is that you're working at, you are going to see a lot of progress. It may not be in December, but you are. Like, you will be successful. Moving on to Sagittarius. For the Sagittariuses that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? I'm seeing a headache or head trauma. I don't know what that's about, guys. Even leg cramps. December might be rough on the Sages. Okay. You could get offered something but find that it's just not what you're looking for, or you just don't feel like it would bring you the abundance or the growth that you're looking for, so you may pass up an opportunity. Ultimately, if you do find something, it's going to be long distance, or you're going to have to travel, or even move. Okay, something there. You could have more than one option, but I don't think it's going to happen in December. I think it's something you'll be considering in December, but I don't see you moving. I don't see you taking anything. For the Sagittarius that work for somebody else, what does that look like? I'm seeing an angel. I don't know what that's about, and I'm seeing Canada. Okay, Kelly. In divine timing, you will be seen as more productive or more useful within the company. Somebody's going to really realize your value, okay? And you could be else moving up in a company, getting a promotion, something of that nature. I see more money coming your way. For those that work for yourself, be careful of illness, or somebody close to you getting ill. Could be going through a lot of drama whether that's in your company and or outside of your company, but there's a lot of drama taking away from your focus here. If you have a business partner, there could even be issues. I don't see anything positive really happening here in the month of December for the Sagittarius that own a business. It looks like a lot of drama and a lot of headaches. Even fighting with somebody, could even be fighting with a bank. Doesn't look good. For the Capricorns who love this reading, for the Capricorns looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? For the Capricorns looking for work in the month of December. You could get something, but you don't love it. All right, so it's nothing that you're going to want to stay with long term. Yeah, you're going to wait till you, so even if you take this job in December because you need to for whatever reason, you're definitely going to keep your options open to move on because it's just not what you're looking for. For the Capricorns that work for somebody else, what does that look like? Somebody's doing their makeup in a different way. Looks like you could have some issues with some people. You're just trying to like stay focused. In time, I do see your finances increasing. I do. It's just going to be a lot longer than you anticipated. Probably not in December, but I guess for a few of you it could be. But this is a long time coming. Like this should have been given to you a while ago. For the Capricorns that work for themselves, what does that look like? Working harder than normal, you will have a bit of a heavier burden come December. You could be trying to manifest your way out of something or more abundance and finding that it's not happening in December, okay? Doesn't mean it's not going to happen altogether. It just means in December it's going to be harder than usual. And you're going to feel like you're the only one really working towards the goal. Okay. For Aquarius, for the Aquariuses that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? Hi. I like this stool, but it's like... Could be getting something. Some of you, it's something under the table, but for others of you, it's something you've already done before, or it's coming back around or something like that. Maybe an old job's giving you a pay raise if you come back, something. Some of you, it's near water. But I do see opportunities coming your way. I don't know that you're going to love it, but it's there. For the Aquariuses that work for somebody, what does that look like in the month of December? Somebody wants to be self-sufficient, go live off grid. You are going to resolve a problem in the workplace that nobody else can resolve, and therefore that you are going to be seen as like more valuable. Very possible in time they may give you another position. I don't think it's in December, but I do see more money coming your way that's going to bring a lot more stability. And for the Aquariuses that work for themselves, what does that look like? Oh, it looks fantastic. Some of you could, so if you have a client, this client could be like, you know, the person you needed to make the most money. This could be a buyer, anything, but I see more money coming your way in the month, a lot more money coming your way in the month of December. And you getting excited about what you're doing because you're seeing the benefit. For the Pisces that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? For the Pisces that are looking for work in the month of December, what does that look like? I'm seeing olive green for some reason. You will be hearing from somebody. All right, so you will get a job opportunity and it looks like you don't like it. You do not feel like it's stable or long-lasting, so I don't see you taking it. And another position that you really want, I don't see you getting it. All in all, in the month of December, I do not see you finding work, okay? For the Pisces that are working for somebody else, what does that look like? For the Pisces that are looking, Pisces that are working for someone else, what does that look like? I'm seeing an Irish Wolfhound. It's like one of my favorite dogs. You may be asked to travel for work. You may be asked to move with a company. You may be asked to move up in the company, or not move up, move it to another position within the company. If you get offered any other opportunity outside of this company, you just know that they're overpromising and it's not going to work out ultimately. And it says here, you in time will probably go off to work for yourself. Some of you could be marrying into money as well. And for the Pisces that work for themselves, what does that look like in the month of December? I'm seeing a red ribbon. Looks fantastic. Money looks fantastic. Emotional abundance looks fantastic. New opportunities look fantastic. Somebody is going to try to sabotage you at some point in December, and it does look like that won't work out in their favor, obviously. Expect more income. Expect more income. Okay, guys. Well, that's your career and finance. I will be uploading a couple more bonuses, and have a great weekend.